Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. So this is basically a video showing you all the new Super Mario series power-ups. Yeah, it's pretty much that simple. So not necessarily all the new power-ups that showed up in that game, just all the power-ups that show up in, like, even the Super Mushroom, which is right here, but I'll explain as I go. So because I haven't played the games before, I'm sorry if I get some. Well, I have played most of the games. Just I haven't played like the DS and the 3DS one. So sorry if I get something wrong, and I also apologise for my shitty drawing. But I'll also get to that in a minute as well. And I also may bring up what these power-ups in the new Super Mario Bros. Games do in other games, but I'm only strictly talking about the ones that actually show up in these games. I'm trying to say New Super Mario Bros. At least amount of times as possible. And no, I'm not autistic. Oh, fucking hell. And no, I'm not autistic, by the way. Piss off. Sorry if I fuck up on some of my wording, by the way, because I've tried to like practice this as much as possible. Like I just fucked up talking a minute ago, but yeah, I'll try my best. Alright, so first up is obviously the Super Mushroom. And I can't believe I wasn't sure about this before, but I wasn't sure that it was actually called the Super Mushroom. I used to just call it just regular mushroom or just mushroom. But anyway, it turns you from, I guess, smaller Mario or Yellow Toad in this case to bigger Mario or Yellow Toad in this case. And that's what that little black mushroom thing is above that Yellow Toad in the corner. It just means that he's got no mushroom at the minute. You can only get hit once when fucking flies. You can only get hit once when you got the super mushroom. Then you go back to smaller size, and you can destroy more things that you couldn't normally, like brown block or just blocks and stuff. It also gives you a speed boost in Mario Kart for some fucking reason. I'm not sure why. Oh, and I know Purple Toad's on a character that you can play as in Mario Kart, but Nintendo, if you're watching, please make that an option. If you know, if Yoshi's and Shy Guys can get it, why can't my buddy Toad? I mean, fucking come on! All you did in fucking Mario Tennis Ultra Smash shit is give him a fucking vest. Okay, so next is the propeller mushroom, and you could probably tell why I had to print them now. Fucking printer's a piece of shit, cause it's, you know, it's in fucking black and white, you can probably tell. So there's no colour on my shitty printer. And yeah, I know I did the Super Mushroom first, because I guess it's the most iconic, but yeah, I'm not really doing any of these in particular order, even though I guess maybe the Firefly was probably more iconic. But anyway, we're getting off topic. So the propeller mushroom allows you to spin up into the air and slowly float down. Yeah, get used to that. But when you're spinning up, you can also, or when you're spinning up or slowly floating down, like I said, you can also spin down to destroy enemies and just get down faster, I guess, if you fucking had enough of the power up. If you're someone who actually has friends, you can actually, and if they've got the power up and you don't, you can actually grab onto them and have pretty much all the same abilities as they do with the spin up and down and all that good bollocks. In Super Mario 3D Land, or maybe 3D Land, I know it's in Super Mario 3D World for definite, but you can see it there. There's a propeller mask that you can wear to pretty much have. You can at least spin up. You can't really spin down, but yeah, it just really. I don't really. Just makes you think that they didn't just put it in the fucking game. The actual power up itself, it didn't really make a lot of sense. But anyway, yeah, fuck it. Let's move on. Right, so next is the Invincibility Star, and I know it looks like shit, my drawing of it, at least the big one, but at least I have some drawings for you, well, not drawings, pictures for you, because for some reason I could never draw stars, ever. Yeah, the Invincibility Star turns you invincible. Yep, big fucking surprise there, and you can also do front flips when jumping. Fuck's sake. Why does that have to happen every time I do something like this? Anyway, the Power Star lets you, or the Invincibility Star lets you defeat enemies that you couldn't normally, like dry bones and stuff. It also looks completely different in the Galaxy games, as you can see with the multiple Marios there. It also made him go faster in that game. It's kind of hard to tell in the new Super Mario Bros. Games, but yeah, I know it can at least make you go faster in the Galaxy games. Shit. Super Acorn, Acorn suit. I'm pretty sure it's Super Acorn, but it doesn't sound right, but oh well. Okay, so when you get the Super Acorn, you can once you grab it and stuff, got the fucking power up. You can fly upwards, you know, float in the air, and then fly upwards. Actually, it's the wrong order, and then slowly float down. Does that sound familiar? Okay, so yeah, like I said, you can float for a bit and then fly upwards and then slowly float down. You can also latch onto walls for a limited time. There's always the meat shield as a friend as an option as well. You can grab onto them if they've got the power up and you don't, and spin up and slowly float down. So yeah. Okay, so there's actually the P Acorn suit that you might be able to see a tiny bit there. There's also a printed off copy if you're not satisfied with me fucked up drawings. So yeah, it basically lets you fly forever, but yeah, that's pretty much the only fucking difference really. And I might have been using the word float instead of glide. So yeah, you can glide forever and do little boost glides. So yeah, just so you know. It might all sound a bit overpowered for the P Acorn suit to be able to like fly forever and stuff, but gets evened out by it not being by your character not being invincible, and it turns into a normal Acorn suit. I mean, Super Acorn or whatever you want to call it. Yeah, it turns back to normal after you've finished a stage. You also have to earn the P Acorn suit by catching the little shit known as Nabbit, that Bowser Jr. looking guy there. And you have to pretty much just chase him in a random stage that he sometimes shows up in. Yeah, I know I got all the colours fucked up on the Fire Flower, but yeah, I actually don't have a good excuse. I probably should have like looked up a picture while I was drawing it, but oh well. Fucking hell, this thing will not play. So it's actually been around since the new Super Mario Bros. The original Super Mario Bros. Game, which I guess explains why it's so basic, along with the Super Mushroom. So you pretty much just throw fireballs to defeat enemies, but in the new Super Mario Bros. Games, which is what we're talking about, so that's all that really matters. You could, at least for the Wii and Wii U games, you can actually shape the Wii remote to throw fireballs, at least 2 for one side, or 1 for both sides, to the left and right side of the screen, so you can destroy fucking Goombas while they're coming at you if they're really that hard to kill manually. You can also grab onto a friend and do like a spin to throw fireballs, which is something that I probably won't bring up in every single power-up, because you can pretty much just do that with all of them. So yeah, you can probably figure that one out. Okay, so just a quick thing to mention before we move on. So in the new Super Mario Bros. Games, when you're playing as Yellow Toad and he gets the Fire Flower, he looks like that Toad that I drew there. So, you know, with the yellow and red. But in Super Mario 3D World, you can't play as Yellow Toad. The only Toad you can play as is the blue one. And he actually looks like that. So it's a bit weird how they did that, because the Fire Flower with Blue Toad was like red and blue. So yeah, it's just a bit weird. Anyway, moving on. Right, so next we have the Ice Flower, which is basically... sorry about my fucking Ice Flower collapsing, by the way. The Fire Flower's doing that as well, but I didn't really fucking plan that was going to happen, because I'm a fucking idiot. But yeah, it's pretty much the same as the Fire Flower. Instead of instantly killing enemies, you just turn them into ice, and then you can throw them into other enemies and stuff like that, so yeah. So yeah, like I said, you can throw ice into them. You can throw ice enemies into other enemies once you turn them into ice, which is a bit like the Koopa shell when you throw it. As you can see, I'm really fucking trying to say something interesting about the Ice Flower, because it's just so similar to the Fire Flower. You can also grab onto a friend and do a spin attack, and do a spin attack on your own, proving even more that his power-up isn't very original. Well, yeah, at least that's it. Let's move on. Fucking hell. The penguins... Sorry, I'm really struggling to get this fucking thing going. The penguin suit is basically more of a improved version of the ice flower, because you can still throw ice balls and stuff. But when you're on icy platforms, you won't slip about like with the ice flower, and well, yeah, that's kind of the main difference, really. But you can also slide on your stomach when you're running fast enough or going down hills or something to defeat enemies and stuff, which is cool. You can also swim a bit differently too, but I'm not quite sure how long you'll be able to survive like that, because by the time you've gotten used to the swimming controls of the penguin suit, you probably would have been murdered by a fucking Cheep. Alright, so we have the blue shell now, and you might be thinking that this particular drawing of the blue shell that I made looks a lot better than the other ones. Well, that's because I didn't realise about halfway through drawing it, well, at least almost to the end of drawing it even, that I could have just traced the images. This is one of the last ones that I drew as well, so fuck it, I guess, never mind. You can also destroy blocks once you've started running fast enough, because then you'll go inside your shell, and like I said, you can destroy blocks and also enemies, which is cool, I guess. You can also duck down to go in the shell, which protects you from enemies, which is kind of pointless, but fuck it, it's fine, I guess. Oh, and in Super Mario 3D World, yeah, in Super Mario 3D World, you can pretty much get the same thing by stealing a Koopa shell, but the colour on the shell depends on what character you're using, so yeah. I'm pretty sure you can guess what the gold flower does, but just in case you don't know, I'll tell you. So basically, it turns Mario into a gold Mario, and you can guess. You can throw, I guess, golden balls to turn blocks and enemies into coins, and another collapsing flower. I'm sorry about that. I guess considering there's no Toads in this 3DS version that you can play as, the most interesting part about this power-up is that it turns Luigi into Silver Luigi instead of just Gold Luigi. Even though it has the same abilities and stuff, so it's not terribly interesting. So we already got Gold Mario in Mario Kart now, so now we just need all the Luigi versions, like Silver Luigi, Ghost Luigi, and Gooigi. And there's probably more, but let's just move on, because it could probably go on forever. So next is the Tanuki Leaf, or the Super Leaf. I'm pretty sure it's a Tanuki Leaf. Oh yeah, because the Super Leaf was from Super Mario 3D Land, and you could basically like spin your tail and stuff, which is two things that they have in common, both the leaves. The Super Leaf, yeah, like I said, it was from Super Mario 3D Land, and it was a lot more limited than the Tanuki Leaf from the new Super Mario Bros. Games. Yeah, so just in case you didn't catch it before, I'll remind you again that the Super Leaf and the Tanuki Leaf can both do spin attacks, so that's pretty much the major similarity they have. So if you're in the air with the Tanuki Leaf, you can spin. If you use your spin attack, you can go down a bit slower, which is something that I couldn't really do with the Super Leaf for the Super Mario 3D World, which it's also in Super Mario 3D Land too, but I haven't played that one. So yeah, yeah, I couldn't really do that. It might be something you can do, but maybe I'm just really shit, I don't know. Okay, so lastly, with the Tanuki Leaf, you can pretty much, when you run, you can fill up a meter so you can fly up briefly, which is pretty much the major difference that the Super Leaf doesn't have. So yeah. Oh shit, it was about to fall again. So the Invincibility Leaf is also a thing, which is the yellow leaf there. And there's also one for the Tanuki Leaf and the Super Leaf. So yeah, we'll get to talking about both of those. So both versions can touch enemies without getting hurt and destroy them. But the Tanuki Leaf and the Tanuki Leaf is from the Super Mario Bros. Games, which is what we're talking about. I just wanted to make that clear. Or the Invincibility Tanuki Leaf. Yeah, that one can only run on... That's the only one that can run on water. Fucking hell. The Invincibility Leaf for the Tanuki Leaf will also have its meter fill up a lot faster, because obviously the Super Leaf doesn't have one. And sorry about my drawings of the leaves, but I know they look like fucking half-bitten arse cheeks or slightly bitten arse cheeks, but oh well, let's move on. Alright, so we finally made it to the 1-up mushroom, and yeah, it just gives you another life. But I don't want to move on that quickly. There's got to be something interesting I can fucking say about it. I guess when you get 100 coins, you get a 1-up too. Okay, so next is the mega mushroom, and what do you think this one does? That's right, it turns you fucking humongous or ginormous or whatever word you want to use for huge. Yeah, it's timed, but you can destroy a lot more stuff like pipes and, well, you can just destroy the same stuff as usual, really, but it's a lot easier and it's a lot more epic. This might just be a new Super Mario 3D World thing, but you can also ground pound to destroy like blocks and enemies around you, so that's pretty cool as well. Alright, so next is the mini mushroom, which turns you small. Big fucking surprise there, but it has its disadvantages and advantages. Let's just get the bad stuff out of the way now, though. So you can't crush enemies or defeat them in any way, which is obviously going to be annoying because you're going to be working a lot harder to avoid them. You barely really get to use the chance to power up because you're probably going to die because you can only get hit once before dying. But you can run on water and shit, and you can find secrets like secret worlds in the DS game and get secret star coins and stuff. So yeah, I guess that's the good stuff. I'm not sure if you should consider this as a good thing or a bad thing, but you can also spin extra high and jump extra high. But you can also use your meat shield of a friend to gain normal jump abilities, which I guess would mean you don't really like the power up that much. But it's always an option, I guess, and that's if your friend doesn't have the power up as well. So yeah. Okay, so next is the Peach Crown, and it's the only new power-up to come out of New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe, which is a fucking long name for a game, just saying, but yeah, just think of the power-up being a bit related to the Super Acorn, where you can boost in the air and, well, yeah, that's kind of the only similarity, but still, it's quite similar. If you fall in like a pit, you can be like chucked out, so it'll let you off, but only Toadette can use the power up, so yeah, it's a lot more rarer to find. This power up took me it was one of the longest power ups to draw, which is a bit annoying because there's fuck all to say about it. So yeah, let's just get it over with, I guess. Sorry if the 3D stuff looks a bit off as well. I know this picture doesn't look the best, but just so you know, I really did not want to draw all this stuff. I didn't really have much of a choice, and like I said, I didn't realise that I could trace until about, well, the end. But onto the actual power-up itself, if you can call it a power-up really, you pretty much get it by hitting like a question block like the one there, and you can basically run around with it to collect coins. Right, cool. So yeah, that's basically it. I know it's not that much of a video, but, well, it's actually 18 minutes, so it is, but I tried my best. If you're wondering what that golden thing is above the picture, it's like a thumbtack thing, because I originally planned on putting them on the wall, the pictures on the walls, so they look less just in a straight line and a bit more boring, but I realised I was going to spend 20 minutes in between each power-up just trying to get the power-ups and pictures up and stuff, so yeah, there was no way I was planning that. But I know it's not much. I say this at the end of every video like this where I'm just talking about shit. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video and I'll see you next time.